India is the world's second largest bus market. Government-run buses move crores of people every day. And over 18 lakh buses are owned and operated by the private sector. Buses use tons of fossil fuel and tend to pollute more as they age. So for the last decade, the government has been trying to encourage the adoption of electric buses with various schemes and subsidies. Despite all this, last year, just 3,400 electric buses were sold in India. It seems like there's problems on both the supply and the demand side. How can India fix this and accelerate the adoption of electric buses?
Our national target for 2030 for e-bus sale is a 40%. And as of 2025, we are at only 4%. We are not even halfway towards our target. Currently, there is no clarity who is accountable to achieve this target, whether it's an HTO, operators, OEMs, or the governments. So without having any clear compliance mechanism, there's no point of having a target.
Electric buses cost 2 times more than their diesel or CNG counterparts. And to use electric buses, operators need to build their own charging infrastructure. Because of these expenses, the private sector has not shown much interest in electric buses so far. With the help of schemes and subsidies, the public sector has been able to procure and operate electric buses quite successfully in a few cities. However, they are also facing problems with scaling up.
Pune Transport has adopted e-buses since the year 2019 under various schemes of the Government of India, and also the schemes and the subsidies which were provided by the urban local bodies. However, in the recent agreement which we had entered for e-bus purchase, we didn't get 160 e-buses till now. So there is a delay and non-performance by the manufacturer side.
At present, out of say whatever 20 lakh odd buses what we have in India, out of that more than 50% buses are used only for school buses and employee transport. That product is not available in e-buses. If at all you have available model, that is only 1 or 2 models, whereas in diesel you have 10 models.
Electric buses are being tendered by the government each year, but suppliers are unable to fulfill orders. 7,650 e-buses were tendered in 2022. 2.5 years later, just 2,000 of them have been delivered.
There has been a huge delay from the manufacturer's side. They have not been able to supply buses either through central government schemes or even individual tenders from different STUs. Like MSRTC has gone for tenders for 5,100 buses, out of which only 400 buses were supplied. And this tender has been happening for past 1.5 years. When the electric buses are not coming through, the STUs are forced to go for diesel buses again. Diesel to CNG is happening. Even in Tamil Nadu also diesel to CNG is happening. All these modes are pushing back to the other fuels, avoiding electrical buses as of today because of delay in supplies.
India's bus supply chain needs to be electrified. We need to move from manufacturing diesel and CNG buses to electric buses. The government can mandate manufacturers and operators to make this switch.
These mandates would actually help in resolving the issue of demand and supply together. By mandating the OEMs to produce a certain percentage of their fleet as electric, we address the current issue of supply in the market. On the other hand, ZEV mandates will demonstrate a sustained demand to the OEMs, giving them the confidence to increase their supply. This will actually also help them in increasing economies of scale, reducing the prices of electric buses, thereby reducing the current gap which exists between CNG diesel and electric buses.
To truly scale up this particular vertical, we definitely need interdepartmental, interministerial collaboration coming together. When they come hand to hand, a lot of changes can happen. MoRTH needs to prioritize setting up the charging stations along the national highways. This is essential for long haul and also intercity buses operations. The Ministry of Power can make it a national based tariff for e-bus charging and introduce off-peak hour charging and also managing the grid.
mandates have successfully catalyzed the electrification of buses in China, the European Union, and California. China has 670,000 electric buses running on its roads today, thanks to mandates that were set in 2017. But successful implementation of mandates needs more than just legislation.
Effective communications and outreach is extremely important to initiate ZEV mandates in India. A clear, targeted messaging is required to address any knowledge gaps, address any perceptions or misconceptions of ZEVs, and of course, most importantly, build confidence amongst our stakeholders, which is your OEMs and your bus operators. So this isn't just about missing a target. It is about us losing our opportunity to clean our air, to cut our emissions, as well as transform the way our people move. A strong ZEV and ZEV mandate can catalyze massive manufacturing investments. It can create thousands of green jobs. It can cut our oil imports, and it can actually transform our cities into quieter, cleaner, and more livable spaces.